107 Spark FM, The Lock-In. Working together with If You Care, Share.
We've got a massive list that we just want to show to everyone. First, I've got to thank all the sponsors. Domino's, thank you for the dinners every night. Because of you, it was quite smelly in this case, to be fair.
You're looking fatter as well.
Thank you.
Put weight on, Colin.
Full of compliment for me today, Nathan Wood. Peter's Bakery, Body Shops, Station Taxis who've taken us from to and fro, Costa Coffee that's kept us awake, Christmas Shop, Lush, Waterstones, Click to Heat, Gen 2, Laura, Danielle and is it Terry? Terry? Thank you girls for coming down. I know it's freezing but thanks for coming down. University of Sunderland, the City Council, Sunderland City Council, the Northumberland Police, the Hairy Bikers, randomly, which is alright. Also, the guys that made the cage.
Best type of bikers, in my opinion. Hairy ones.
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, we thought we might not say everyone's name, but this has been a joint effort. We've just sat in this cage and everyone's watched us. But we want to say thank you to Rachel, Ash, Stephen, Dan, Asa, Kelly, Shirley, and Jamie, because I have to say Jamie has been here with us non-stop. Security, he's been out every single day raising funds. He's over there. First of all, let's have a round of applause for Jamie.
And thank you for the white Toblerone, even though we did steal it twice. He did give it to us in the end. To James, Rebecca, Isabel, Alice, Sam, Anna, Michael Barker, Michael James, David, Chris Sykes, John Bond, the lovely John Bond, John Scott, Richie, Steve Leonard, Gary Mutimer for both waking us up very calmly today. Jack, Phil, Nathan, Scott, Thomas, Kean, Chris Smith, Ben Smith, Gruff, Josh Coles, Mark, Lucy TV, Matt, Lucy Duffield, Jade and Paul.
And also thank you to Lee, Johnny, Andy Muckles, Greg, Sarah, Ivan, who just made this all work basically, Michael Waine, Sandy, Josh Rhodes, Anthony Kane, George Forsyth, Tony Jeffries, the Macamover, Fred Marden, the technicians behind it all, Tony Beers, Grant Lowry, Craig, Colin and Neil, and finally the Sunday Bagman and the young lass who kidnapped the granny in a wheelchair for entertaining us last night, and to every single person, whether you've done it online, by text message or shove someone in a bucket. Thank you so much
and
for
ladies and
everything.
gentlemen, can we have a round of applause again for the three who are in the cage?
I'm going to hand it over, Nathan, to a woman who I regard as a close friend. Someone who I regard as a very, very close friend, someone, a mother figure in my life. Someone who I had the pleasure of meeting earlier on in the year. I always said to her I would always do something in return because she did a fantastic interview for me. So I'm going to hand it over to basically the boss of the charity and also a great mum, Shirley Smith.
Thank you, Ivan. I don't know how long I've got, and I don't know how long I'll be able to take it to keep it together. So I'll keep it brief. I'll keep it brief. When Ivan said about locking people up in cages, I thought he'd got the wrong type of charity, actually, and I thought he was talking about personal pleasure and things like that. But I don't think anybody involved in the charity actually realised how big an event this was going to be. When he came to me and told me the vision of what he wanted, we were totally honoured about the opportunity that we were going to be given, because as a small charity and as a charity that support and try and prevent suicide, it's a dirty word that people don't want to talk about. If this gets things out in the open, then we can never ever thank you enough. To everybody who's put a penny in the bucket, to everybody who's donated online, to everybody who's texted, we just want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. I want to say a special thank you to Ivan, because he's a man of his word. He did say that if ever he could help us out, I never expected it would be as big as this. I want to say a massive thank you to the three people who stayed in the cage, and I know you've had fun, but you've made it so impressive. You've made people want to support the cause. To everybody who went out and rattled buckets, thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you from me, Ben, Dean, Alison, Suzanne, and all the rest of the trustees. My final thank you is to another special lady who had the bravery to speak out where other people don't about the impact of suicide. And I just want to say a massive big thank you to Sam and also to Glenn for having the courage where others didn't. Thank you, and that's all I can say.
I'm now going to hand you over to a guy who probably didn't sleep the last week, not the last couple of days, but the last week. He's worked his ass off, like everyone else here in Spark. I just want him to say a couple of words because I know he can talk quite a lot, quite loud. If you're listening to his shows earlier on, I was going to hand you over to our head of station sound in Spark FM, Richie Lee.
I'll keep it brief because, as I said, I can talk a lot. I just wanted to say, you know, anyone who's listening to Spark FM right now, you should be so privileged that you have a station like this in your community, because, you know, the people who live here, the people who make up this station, actually really do care about the North East. You know, we're here to stay. You know, we're 107 Spark FM, and the people who have have worked these last few days, have worked their socks off. There's about 60 people, 30 people, 60 people who have all really worked hard, and I just want to say that we're all so proud of you, and we want to thank you so much for just getting out there. And again, people like Jamie, who was there in a t-shirt in the cold all day yesterday, all day today, who raised the money, and people who've just worked above and beyond, you know, and have gone above themselves and thought about other people. So thank you very much for doing that, and again, keep on tuning to Spark FM, because, you know, this is just the start, so thank you.
The amount I'm going to announce does not include our text donations whatsoever. The amount I'm going to announce is simply money we've raised from the people of Sunderland. So Sunderland, thank you. Simply just people with buckets and our online donation button, but doesn't include our text donations and doesn't include our online auction, which we're going to take place next week. So, the grand total for the Spark FM lock-in is £1,758.59. Well done, everyone. Well done. And come. Come on, everyone, let's celebrate, not cry. Come on, celebrate. Come on. All right. Very Shirley. Here we go, so good.
Where do we go? Nobody knows.
Come on!
I've gotta say, I'm on my way down. God give me style and give me grace. God put a smile upon my face.